What's up, guys? This is the Thathan, aka Nathan, aka the Cornish Gamer, aka this is my first video on this channel. Yeah, so I didn't know what to post, and then I was like, you know what? My favourite animal is a goat, and thank you for asking. I really wanted to tell you that. And I started thinking, like, what about goats do I love so much? And there's quite a few things I like about goats. And I thought, instead of telling every person I meet, instead of telling them why I love a goat, I'll simply show them this YouTube video. And I'll sit down and make sure that they watch the whole thing so they understand how much I love goats. And whilst I'm at it, I'll have the video public so you can know how much I love goats, even if we never meet. Alright, so a few things about goats. Before we get started, goats are one of the oldest animals to be domesticated, about 500 years ago, something like that. Yeah, they are the most consumed, most ate animal in the world. They are fucking cool. 50,000 Brits have them as pets. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. They are used for everything. People eat their milk or drink their milk, eat their cheese. The horns can be used as tools. That they can live in any condition. Like if you live in hot and dry, it's fine. So yeah, fucking goats are pretty cool. They can weigh up to 150 kilograms, and the heaviest is like 350. So that they're also pretty big, sort of thing. Alright, so I thought I'd start off this video with the tier list. Well, the whole video is a tier list. And I am going to select, let's say some goat cheese. So goat cheese, I'm not gonna lie, I do like my cheese and wine. I almost think I'm French, but I don't like the French. But I admit, the fucking cheese and wine is good. However, goat cheese, I will be honest, I've not had that much goat cheese in my life. So I'm going to put in C. That it's not particularly bad, but also it's not one of the things I particularly like to praise about goats. And since we're talking about cheese, I'm going to talk about goat milk. Alright, so as you can see from this low pixelated photo of me dressed up as a maid milking some goat. Yeah, as you can see from that, I'm actually going to put goat's milk, right, in A. Now, I actually really like goat's milk. The reason why is, I don't know, cow milk is nice, but goat milk is kind of like a kick. It's really hard to describe it as not tasting like cow's milk, but it tastes like good milk. It's kind of hard to describe. I'm quite autistic when it comes to my coffee sort of thing, and I like a white Americano sort of thing, and I like a long black, but with a bit of milk, just to take the bitterness off, just to cool it down. But the thing is, with cow milk, I can taste the cow, with goat's milk, I'm still getting a white coffee, but it doesn't taste milky, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, yeah, it basically is white coffee, but it doesn't taste milky. And that's why I like using goat's milk when I drink coffee. It's actually really good for that. Right, so they've talked about their milk and their cheese. Let's talk about eating these fuckers. Alright, now let's talk about eating them. We've drank their milk, we've ate their cheese. Why not just, like, put the whole goat on the barbie? And I'm putting goat meat on S tier, and the reason why is because I got a little bit of Welsh in me, and I do like lamb, and honestly, I won't be surprised if I end up in New Zealand. I quite like my mutton, I quite like my lamb, I quite like goat, sort of thing, you know? I'm actually going to move it down to A tier, unfortunately. Like, I do prefer, chicken's my favourite meat, and pork is probably better. But, you know, goat's alright, I'll give it that. I'm going to put goat clothing, like wool, into D tier. This is because I simply don't own any goats clothing. I have had woolly like jumpers in the past, and I haven't found them too comfortable, so I doubt goats clothes will be comfortable either, unfortunately. Right, so now I am going to put some more things about goats that are not directly goats. So I'm going to do the devil goat, and I'm going to put the devil goat into B tier. The reason why I'm putting it into B tier is because I got nothing against the devil goat. I'm not religious, and like, he looks kind of badass. He looks kind of cool. But the thing is, it's also like, I got nothing. I'm quite neutral. Like, I don't dislike it, but also I got nothing nice to say about it. He's just quite an NPC, really, the devil goat. So I'm putting him into B tier. And now I am going to put my first S tier. So for the first S tier, drum roll please. It is going to be memes, goat memes, like videos of goats, memes of goats, photos of goats. You understand what I mean. I don't need to tell you the definition of a fucking meme. But yeah, goat memes are going to S tier. It's my favourite animal, and it's a meme. And the thing is, you don't even have to like the meme. It's quite a broad definition, you know. It could be anything. As long as it's got a goat in it, that's going into S tier. Like, honestly. So that one's going there. And I am actually going to put a back-to-back S tier, believe it or not. Usually, I'd like to keep the S tiers kind of spread apart, spread them cheeks. I'm putting greatest of all time to S tier. And why? Because to be called the GOAT, to call something goated, like the GOAT, greatest of all time. You call something the GOAT, then that means they are fucking great. Like, right now. And I am now going to put mountain goats into A tier. So if I can actually bloody drag it. Yeah, there we go. Mountain goats are going to A tier. They climb fucking mountains, brother. How can you, like, if they fall, they're dead, and they can like walk vertical. Like gravity's not a thing for goats, honestly. And yeah, bloody beautiful that. Like, how on earth do these mythical creatures just like decide to climb a dam? They decide to climb a wall. It's like, yeah, easy stuff for them, you know. I wish I could do that. I really do look up to goats in many ways. And another thing, I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one B tier. Goats headbutting. Like, no, who am I kidding? It's going into A tier. Everything's going to A tier. Goats headbutting. That's sick. Like, they don't bitch about each other. They're not racist. They're not bad people, but if they ever have an issue with each other, they don't hold a grudge. They headbutt the shit out of each other until the air is cleared. Like, imagine that. You get into a fight, you call someone's nan gay, they headbutt you, and then you're best friends again. Like, the amount of arguments that could have been resolved if we just headbutted each other. Oh my goodness, like maybe me and my ex could have like stayed together if I just headbutted her instead of arguing all the time, you know? Maybe that was the answer, you know? Like, Jesus, that was not a threat. I swear that was a joke. I'm sorry. I miss you. Yeah, just fucking headbutting each other is fucking sick. I wish I could do that. But I think I've got enough head trauma as it is. And also, no, I don't sound like this because of head trauma. I don't sound like this because of all the headbutting. I'm just Cornish, you know. It's how it goes. Right, and now another one to go into S tier is having goats as pets. My friend had goats as pets, and his back garden was quite hilly, and there was a few like trees and like shrubs. And even though there was like 3 goats, and his garden wasn't the biggest, it wasn't small, but it wasn't the biggest garden, and he had 3 goats, and I'll go into his back garden and be like, where the hell are your goats? And one will be up a tree, the other one will be inside the hedge, and the other one somehow got himself like stuck in the corner. And like, They would love attention. They were cool. I know, having a pet goat would be bloody amazing. Like, who wants a dog? You know, like dog might be man's best friend, but a goat, he's goated. He's the greatest of all time. You know, like I want a fucking goat as a pet. But yeah, that's going into S tier right there. All right, I'm going to put the world's heaviest goat that weighed 340 kilograms. Sorry, 315 kilograms. I'm going to put him into D tier because obesity is not a joke. And now on the the other end of obesity, I am putting pixie goats, tiny goats, into B tier. Like, once again, tiny goats are cute. They're adorable. Tell me that's not adorable. You're lying if you said it's not. I'm going to put that in B tier. It's cute, it's adorable, but also, the thing is, I feel quite bad if I headbutted a baby goat. So that's why it's going below headbutting, because that's not as cool. Alright, next up, we got the horns. And the horns are going to go into C tier. The horns are kind of cool, sort of thing. It's not what makes a goat different to a sheep, but yeah, it differentiates. You know it's a goat, and you know it's not a sheep when it has horns. And horns can be pretty cool. Quite pretty things, really. And yeah, you can drink out of them. You can blow into them like a horn. Or maybe I've been watching too much fucking Viking shit. Like, yeah, they're cool. I'm pretty sure that you can get like stabbed by a goat horn and it'll do some damage. I mean, no shit, you're getting stabbed, but you understand what I mean. Alright, next up is the goat's devil eyes. I'm also going to put that in C tier. They have weird eyes. They're bloody cool. Like, no other animal has them. Don't look that up. And yeah, I'm going to put it in C tier. It's cool and all, but you know, like, I don't care. Next up, I'm going to put a goat's appetite into... I'm going to put that into S tier, really. Because goats eat anything. Like, you've seen Shaun the Sheep, haven't you? Like, goats will just eat anything you throw their way. And sometimes I wish I had the appetite of a goat. But I'm trying to bulk up. I'm 75 kg and I'm trying to work out. And I am a lanky motherfucker. I'm trying to bulk. But I cannot eat for the shit of me. I have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that's it. And I wish I could eat as much as a goat could eat, because that way I will be actually hench. I could actually be big if I ate as much as a goat. So, yeah, they eat their greens. They eat all day. I am quite jealous of the goats eating, so that's going into S tier right there. Alright, now in A tier, I'm going to put goat screaming. Screaming goats, like... It's making me laugh just thinking of it. Like, what kind of animal just screams? There's no other animal that I can think of that just screams. So yeah, that is just hilarious. It is funny. You're going into A tier, like, just in the middle of the night, you hear like some poor woman screaming. You think like there's a wife beater next door. And he's like, oh, nah, don't worry about that. We just got some goats. Just got some goats next door. What are you on about? Like, fucking screaming goats. That's going into A tier right there. And now into B tier, I'm gonna put gaming goats. You got Goat Simulator, but they're not... Actually, no, I'm gonna put gaming goats into C tier. Because the thing is, you got Goat Simulator, and that game... I have many, many memories playing Goat Simulator with my brothers and as a kid. Like, that Goat Simulator, like, is close to me. But the thing is, they're not actually... That's the only game I can think of that has goats. So they're not in the media too much. They're not in gaming too much. So even though they are gems when they're in there, they're not in there that much. They also are in Plants vs Zombies. You can get goats in that. In Garden Warfare 2. That's a bit of my nerd coming out. But yeah, they're not too prevalent in gaming. So I'm going to put it down there. Alright, and then... Last but not least, I am going to put the fainting goat into A tier. And, yeah. I'm actually going to put No, I'm gonna keep it A tier. The fainting goat, like if they get scared, they pretend that they're dead, like a possum or something. But the thing is, I don't think they're I don't think they're fooling anyone. Like, who are you gonna fool? You're literally, your legs are still in the air. You know, like they get scared and they just faint, pretend that they're dead. That's honestly me in any stressful situation. So yeah, no, it's bloody funny. It's hilarious. It's so cute too. So yeah, I'm gonna put fainting goats into A tier right there. And yeah, that's all I got to say about goats, really. Well, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I probably won't upload again for a while, but you should still subscribe, you know. This is the Thathan, aka Nathan, aka Cornish Gamer, aka I've no personality. I'm unoriginal. Alright, bye.